Welcome back to the shop, everybody. I've got an exciting announcement today. As you know, or those who have watched the channel before, I have two cars in my stable that I do projects on. We've got the 94 Miata and we've got the 2007 BMW 335i in 54 turbo. But I am pleased to announce that I have a new member of the group, and it's an EV. Let's take a look. Wait, where is it? Oh, that's right, an electric skateboard, my first EV. All right, so this is the VOKUL V1 electric skateboard. It is quite literally the cheapest electric skateboard that you can buy. I got this on Amazon. When I bought it, it was $170. It usually ranges around $170 to $199 on Amazon, depending on whether it's some sort of gift buying time or not. But you may be early enough to get it for sort of the Christmas holiday season before prices increase. But still, even at $199, I think it's a pretty good deal. So let's take a look at this thing. I've been using it for about 1 month, and let's take a look at the specs. You can see I didn't even clean it off. Rode it today. Rode it for about 3.5 miles today. And so what it has is a 4.4 kilowatt hour battery, lithium ion. It has 51 millimeter wheels, which are kind of small for this type of board. It's a smaller board, as you can see. Here's my foot. It's not a long board. It's basically a regular, kind of half pipe style board or trick board that you would normally have, and it's got a single motor driven here on the back truck. The motor is 350 watts, and it's supposed to be good for up to 6 miles of range. Now, this is going to be very dependent on your weight. The max weight rating for this board is 200 pounds. I weigh 165, and so it's been doing fine for me. Whenever I go, I actually do use it for sort of commuting purposes, and I will ride it for about 2.5 miles round trip, and it's done very well with that. When it came, all the wheels spun nicely, didn't really have to adjust them. I did have to adjust the trucks. It does come with a tool which adjusts basically all the different bolts on here, so that was nice that was included for this price. And I just had to tighten the trucks up maybe about 1.5 turns. That's it. It is a maple deck, supposedly 7-layer maple. You can't really tell because it's painted, but this is not the real grain. This is just the grip tape. So the entire board has grip tape on it. It's quite grippy, so you're not going to fall off. The shape is a little odd. It's much wider than a normal board in the middle, but it's a little bit skinny on the end. But that really hasn't changed kind of how I ride it. It's for this type of board and this price point, it's very beginner friendly. It works really well as a beginner board if you're not, really awesome with skating or something like that, and you don't want to go super fast. This is a great board for you. Or kids, if you're just getting started, this is a great board for that. It's obviously controlled by a little remote control. The first time you turn it on, it will pair, and I had no problems pairing it. Some of the reviews on Amazon mentioned that they had problems with it disconnecting. It has never disconnected on me. Like I said, I've been using it almost daily for a month, and I've never had it disconnect. When you turn it on, you hold down power, and it's going to start blinking until it can actually talk to the board. So there's the charging port on this side, and on this side we have a switch, and little battery indicator, so I'll turn that on. Doesn't have a full charge actually at the moment. Once that light goes solid, you know it's paired. And it has only one other button on here, so very simple. In terms of the button, this is the speed. When you click it once, when you see the lights move slowly, that's slow mode. And when you see them move fast, that's fast mode. So 2 modes. Slow mode will basically only take you up to about a walking pace. So we're talking like 3 miles an hour, maybe 4 miles an hour if you're going kind of downhill. Fast mode will go at about 11 or 12 miles an hour if you're on flat ground. And we'll get to that in a moment about optimum riding conditions. Of course, here on the side, as you hold it, you're going to use your thumb to control the speed, and it's going to move forward as you push forward, and it's going to apply engine braking or motor braking as you pull backwards. So that's kind of nice. You can just slow down without having to get off or drag a foot or anything like that. You can just slow down. You can also put it into reverse by clicking this switch, and it will go back the other way. Easy as that. It's got a little lanyard strap so you can put it on your wrist, and you should be good to go. Basically everything worked straight out of the box. I had no issues with it. Didn't really read the instructions, and it was on slow mode at first, and I was wondering, oh man, I'm gonna have to send this back because this is like way too slow. Once I got it into fast mode, everything was fine. I was able to cruise around, no problem. The lighter you are, the better this board is going to perform for you. If you are nearing the max limit or over the max limit of what they claim is 200 pounds, then you're not going to really have a good time. It's not going to go terribly fast, and you're not going to get very much range out of it. Now, if you're less than that, like I said, I'm about 165, this will work pretty well for you, and you'll get a decent amount of range. However, no matter what, I think, even if you're a kid that weighs 100 pounds or less, it probably will not be able to take you up much in the way of hills, and we'll show some shots of that. But on the flat ground, it cruises pretty well, and it will take you up some very minor hills. It will slow down to a walking pace as it does that, but it will get you up like a hill that you might find in like a more or less flat sidewalk, or going up from the street up a sidewalk, a little ramp onto a regular sidewalk, and it'll handle that no problem. So this is going up a slight rise, so it's only going about a little over jog pace, and we're going to go up a little rise, about 8-foot rise over 10 yards, say, and it kind of stops. This is the setup for charging. It comes with basically this charging brick and has a little LED that will show red when it's still charging, and it will turn green once it's finished charging. The instructions do say to unplug it when it's done, but it looks like it has a cutoff so that it doesn't seem to get hot. The batteries don't seem to get warm or anything like that while it's charging, so that's good. As you can see, it's about, when it's set up like this, It's not terribly different than what I call a standard size board. See there? It's a little bit wider, you know, which allows a little bit more stability when riding it at speed, but other than that, it pretty much handles exactly like a regular board. So it's a chill little board that I like a lot. I use it for short commutes. It's not super fast, but it's a fun ride. And that is going to do it for today's episode. It was a little different, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to pick this thing up, there's a link in the description. And if you're new to the channel, while you're here, check out some of my car videos and other fun projects. I'm going to leave a link here to a couple things YouTube thinks you might like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.